Hi, Year 6. I'm going to be reading Chapter 9 of Pig Heart Boy. Chapter 9 Messages. I feel a bit silly. I'm not used to talking like this. Dad hates talking to answer machines. I've never really understood why until now. I don't mind talking to answer machines. It's never bothered me. But this is different. I'm sorry. I'm rambling. I have so much to say, but it all seems so little. Trivial, really. I mean, I'm just an average boy with not much going for me. I get good marks in school, but apart from that, I'm average looking. No, I take that back. I'm super cool looking, of just above average height. I eat average food, but don't tell Mum I said that. I'm pretty much average all over. I'm sorry, I'm rambling again. Look, let me start again, at the beginning. I'm your brother. My name is Cameron Joshua Kelsey. I know it sucks, doesn't it? Mum and Nan chose my first name, after my granddad, who's dead now, and Dad chose my middle name. The only taste any of them has got is in their mouth. I mean, Cameron. Yuck. Mum said I can choose your name. The trouble is, I don't know if you're a girl or a boy. Mum says that when she has her scan in a week's time, she's not going to ask what sex you are, so I'm going to have to think about this. I want to call you something when I talk to you. Oh, hang on. The camcorder has just nodded on its tripod. I hope that doesn't mean I'm being boring. Just a sec. There, that's better. I had to tighten the fixing screw on the tripod. I focused the camcorder on this chair so I can't move about much or I'll disappear out of the picture. Disappear out of the picture. That's quite ironic. It'd be quite a good joke if it was funny. Let me just sort out my thoughts. It's hard to know where to begin, really. It's like this. I'm going to have an operation soon. I've got a bad heart. I caught a viral infection almost 2 years ago and it's still affecting me. My heart is slowly wasting away, so now I'm going to get it replaced. The thing is, because there aren't enough human heart donors, I'm going to get the heart of a pig. To be honest, the way I feel at the moment, I couldn't care less where it comes from, as long as it works. But no one's had a pig heart transplant before. Until a few years ago, the government had actually banned transplants from animals. I might not make it through the operation, and even if the operation is a success, who's to say what will happen after that? So there you have it. I'm going to have this operation, and I don't know if I'm going to be around when you're born to watch you grow up, so I wanted to leave you something to remember me by. I could have written letters, I suppose, but that's boring, and it would take tons of writing. So I decided to leave you a whole load of recordings with my handsome face on them. I thought I'd give you brotherly advice on life, the universe, and everything. Mum and Dad have promised to stay out of the room while I do this so I can talk about anything I like, and they've promised if something does happen to me, they won't watch the tapes until you're old enough to maybe give them permission. To be honest, I'd rather you didn't show Mum and Dad these tapes. I'd like them to be just between you and me, but I guess that's your decision. I had to tell my class about the operation and what's going to happen. I didn't want to. I was forced into it, so I started telling everyone all the ins and outs and the in-betweens. I really upset some of my friends. I didn't mean to do it. It was more to get back at Sticky Stewart, he's the class teacher, than anyone else. And I upset Julie. Don't tell anyone, but I kind of fancy her. She's gorgeous. I don't want to get all wet rag, but I really, really fancy her. Every time she's around, I try and act all sophisticated and knowing, but it always goes wrong, and I end up looking like a complete moron. I know she thinks I'm a twit, and whenever I try to change her mind about that, I just make things worse. Just a sec. I just want to check the door again and make sure that Mum and Dad aren't listening in. Here I am, back again. I've got a confession to make, and this is strictly between you and me. And if you tell anyone, I'll kill you. I wrote a poem about me and Julia, and how I feel about her, and how I know that she thinks I'm a class 1 grade A plus nozzle. I'll read it to you. Hang on, it's buried under my mattress. Now, I mean this. I'm only going to read this to you on the strict understanding that you won't tell anyone else. If it got around that I wrote poetry, and worse still, to a girl, I'd never live it down. Here goes. It's called I've Done It Again. Don't laugh. Confidence up, confidence down. Act like an angel, look like a clown. Changing your mind, changing it back. The quick recipe for a heart attack. Smile at your blunders, laugh at my own. This isn't right, I should be at home. Under the duvet, safe from attack. Changing your mind, changing it back. Accident prone, but you never worry. I'll tell you when you can leave in a hurry. Making up ground for the sense that I lack. Changing your mind, changing it back. I've done it again, proved my reputation. Is this sorrow, or is it elation? Statements once given I cannot retract. Changing your mind, changing it back. The notice I earn is diluted with patience. The smiles I give are the scorns I receive. While I hold my breath and count to 100, you'll tell me a tale I'm sure to believe. Fanciful feelings hiding a fool, a cog that's not turning, a bottomless pool. Lend me what's common of what you've got to stack, and then I'll change your mind, and I won't change it back. What do you think? Dead soppy, huh? That's why I wouldn't read it to anyone else but you. If I can't tell my own brother or sister, who can I tell? I've written some other poems too. One about Mum and Dad's computer, and one about Chelsea Football Club. They run things, but I won't read them out. At least not now. Maybe I will one day, and then again, maybe I'll spare you, because they're all as bad as the one I just read out. What should I talk about now? I'm finding this a bit difficult without really knowing who I'm speaking to. I think I'll sign off here. I'm a bit embarrassed after that naff poem. I'll get back to you. Okay, that's all of Chapter 9, Year 6, and Mr. Oldfield will read you Chapter 10 next week. Bye.